Hey guys, this is Steph with thegoodride.com. Here we're looking at the Jones Airheart 149. Yes, the 149 women's Airheart. So this is a hybrid camber. This goes, it's got the camber down here, and then the rocker, boom, and then a little bit of like spoon nose up here. You can kind of feel it. I think it's a medium. I mean, kind of a medium, but it's like a more, I think, dynamic medium, like a stiffer medium, not a softer, maybe a 6 out of 10. So this is, this board felt pretty good almost all over the mountain. It's slightly tapered, I believe, a little bit directional, but you can still kind of ride it switch a little bit. I taught on it a couple days, and that kind of really helps you feel how versatile the board is riding switch, because you have to flip around without paying attention all the time. And so it was kind of like in the middle for me. Like, it didn't swivel really easily to go switch, and once you were switch, you could tell it was a slightly directional board, but you could still ride it switch. So if you're a dabbler, then this should be pretty good. I rode it with a mix of my Union Milans and my Union Contacts, which are basically like the Milans, and then my Vans Fair boots. So this, I got it on a good variety of days. I had it on normal groomers, steeps, powder, hard pack, a little bit of ice, and so that was cool to be able to really get it throughout all those conditions. And it just felt like a really consistent board in most of the conditions. Powder was pretty decent. You were able to float. It wasn't like the top tier powder rider, but it does pretty good. And then you also have the option to send it back. I ride it centered. I like to ride it centered because I like to feel what the board does without that extra help, and it did pretty good centered. So setting back in powder should do, even better. But then you get other boards that are a little bit better and are kind of made for it. So, this board is kind of for me, it's a little bit of a dabbler. Felt good on steeps riding down. What I liked about it is that you're able to turn it consistently through kind of chunky snow and bumps, or just normal groomers. It felt pretty consistent throughout, and that was really cool. So it's not it's not like that hard charger, whereas I had this and I had the flagship at the same time, so it's kind of switching back and forth. And the flagship is the hard charger, and this one's the more consistent, I'm going and I'm gonna do okay when I go over there and over there. But it's not like the high speed one, but it does pretty good at high speeds. Feels really stable. I liked it in carves. It was it was a good carver, but maybe not specifically the best on the Spectrum or whatever, but it was a good carver. It has a decent amount of pop. I'd say it's probably medium quick, edge to edge, not extremely fast and maneuverable or whatever, but it has that. It feels like a lot of the other Jones boards where it's just consistent feel, and it likes kind of the more open, wider turns, and so you don't need that really quick edge change on it. So, but I'd say it's medium. It's a little quicker than some of the boards, but not as quick as one with a little bit of a smaller waist width, I think. But it was a fun board all over the mountain, and I rode it for a few days, just kind of a little bit of everywhere, and I had fun on it, and I felt good, and not bad on ice. It's kind of in that medium range on the ice hold. It does have, I think, yeah, I think it has like that bump, super mellow traction tech on the side here, so like it just comes down, then up, and then down, so you get a little bit of extra help on the side cut when you're in icy snow. You know, it's like if you're seeing all sorts of conditions, all sorts of types of snow, and you want something that's going to do pretty good in all of them, this is a good kind of one board quiver, maybe, you know, is where it can just like dabble. It felt alright in the pipe even. Like I took it in the pipe and it has that consistent feel, and I like a little bit more of a directional board in the pipe. It was a little bit long for me. I like the pipe boards a little smaller, but felt pretty good. And it was pretty stable on jumps. Like you have that nice solid platform, and it has a decent amount of pop, and you can get it up, and it has a stable landing on it, and yeah, so it's a pretty good board for the riders out there who are looking, like I'd say intermediate to advanced riders who are looking for a board to just kind of take everywhere and feel pretty good in all conditions, you know. So that is the Jones Airheart 149. Get the bottom sheet there. Oh, that's upside down. Boom.